Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Bets. I'm, of course, the perfect one, AJ. This here with me is Noah Engelbretson. We do thank you for joining us as we talk today about college football week 8. Noah, I want to talk a little bit before we get into this slate, okay? As you and the Degens have known, I've not been feeling the best lately. As you might be able to see if you're watching on YouTube. I got a little nasal.
We're here.
Yeah, or if you can hear me, I just have not been sounding the best. So I thank you for staying with us on this journey of me getting better. But no, today I tried something that I never thought I would ever try. It was one of those, those nutty pots, right? That you like put through your nose and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I was looking for one of those and they were out of stock. And so I bought a electric one, okay? Thinking, here we go. This is going to be even better because it's electric. It's 21st century. We're not in the dark ages anymore of nutty pots and shoving shit up your nose. So instead of lightly pouring something into your nose, this motherfucker shoots it it says slow speed, but bro, I'm telling you, it's at least like 75 PSI going through your nose and shoving that shit through the other side. But you know what? I tried something new today. And so I'm going to try something different today, Noah, with my picks. I went through my picks today and I said, what would AJ pick? And then I picked the opposite. Because I've been a little cold.
Okay.
I've been a little cold on college football, and I just think I've been relying a little too much on my numbers and everything. I think I need to go a little bit more on my gut because we are knee deep into college football season now, and I think analytics at this point can get thrown out the window. These teams, we either know if they're going to perform or if they're going to not. A couple of these picks I think you're going to hate, and I'm okay with that. But that's what we're here for. We're here to make money. We're here to make some outrageous picks, the picks that only us degenerates would make. So, Noah, let's get right into it. Why don't we? With Michigan visiting Michigan State. Michigan is a 4-point favorite.
Huge matchup.
Huge matchup.
One of the great rivalries in college football. Both undefeated, both top 10 teams. Huge playoff implications on the line with this one. I love it. Both teams still have to play Ohio State.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great game. It is going to be a
great game. No, I'm really looking forward to this. Doing some research into this game, Harbaugh has not won a game against Michigan State, has he?
I think he has.
Has he won one?
He has not won against Ohio State in his, 8 years?
Okay, not Ohio State.
At Michigan, but...
Fine, but his record against Michigan State is not good, I believe.
Should we look it up real quick?
We might as well really quick just to make sure I'm not spewing bullshit, but I believe I saw that Harbaugh does not have a winning record against Michigan State. But regardless of that record, Harbaugh's turned this system around. He's finally got it. How is he looking?
He's 3-3 against Michigan State.
Oh, okay, not bad. He's 500 against them. He wouldn't like to turn that into a winning percentage this year, probably. I'm gonna go with the favorite here. I hate saying this, but every part of my body originally wanted to go with Michigan State because they're the home dog, and I love my home dogs. But I got to go with the eye test, and Michigan has just shown me a lot more than Michigan State has these last couple of weeks. A lot more impressive victories. I think they've had a tougher road to undefeated than Michigan State has had. I'm going to take Michigan in the 4 points, and I'm not even going to sweat about it, I don't think.
I'm on the opposite side of this one, AJ. I'm taking your favorite thing to do, taking the home dog. I love Kenneth Walker. I'm going to ride him. I think he runs for 150 plus in this game. He's going to cause fits for that Michigan defense. And I don't know that I'm going to take it money line, but I will take him to cover 4. I'll take Michigan State.
Fair enough. Like I said, that was my pick, but I'm trying something new. I'm going with the favorite. I'm going Michigan in the 4. We're on opposite sides on that one. I can't really be too upset about that. I mean, this is just going to be a really good game. I'm excited about it no matter what. Another good game at 9 o'clock, honestly. Well, the early games slate at least, no matter what time slot you're in. You got Texas visiting Baylor. Baylor being a 3-point favorite going into this game. Total being at 61 points. Noah, this Baylor team has been firing on all cylinders. Texas shows that it might be back, but then it obviously isn't back. I really don't know what to make of this Texas team. What do you think about this game going in?
Yeah, Texas has been very inconsistent week by week. You never know if you're going to see good Texas or bad Texas, but I'm banking on good Texas this week. I'm going to take them to cover on the road against Baylor. Not necessarily a huge rival, but an in-state rival nonetheless. I think Baylor's been riding a little too high, a little too long, and ready for a big game for Bijan. And I'm going to take Texas on the points and the money line.
Bro, the only name you had to say was Bijan. That dude is a freaking beast. I haven't seen anything like him in a long time. He's going to be a stud in the NFL. And yeah, for that reason and that reason alone, I'm taking Texas in the 3. The Longhorns are back. I've been on this drum since the beginning of the season. Like you said, this Baylor team, they've just been riding a little too high. I think
ride Texas to the death, I guess. Huh, AJ?
Yeah, really though, at this point, you might as well ride them like you ride a Mercury until the wheels fall. I mean, a Lincoln, sorry, Matthew McConaughey, a Lincoln, because you ride those until the wheels fall off because those are quality cars, I'm sure. But yeah, let's go Texas in the points. And yeah, let's sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Let's have some fun this Saturday. We might as well, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Hell yeah, dude. And we're here to take all of the sports books money. And so you might as well sprinkle that money line. Get a little bit more. You'll love to see it. No, let's move a little bit into the later games. We will touch on one early game a little bit later into the show. But next game I really want to talk about, we're talking Iowa State visiting West Virginia. West Virginia, a 7-point home dog going into this game. Over-unders at 47.5. This West Virginia team, I took them on the shirt a couple weeks ago. It did not turn out well for me. I thought this team was, a lot better than they were.
I mean, they were a 17-point dog, and they only lost by 3. So
yeah, they covered. And
you weren't too far off.
Again, the trend of my picks covering but not winning continues. Even though the shirt is 3-4 now, I added Oregon State to the wall.
3-3, I think, not 3-4, right?
3-3. Oh, that's right. We started late on this shirt. Yeah, I'm 500 on this shirt. Let's go. Yeah. 500 on this shirt, adding Oregon last week. But you know what, Noah? Going back to Iowa State, West Virginia, I'm ready to be heartbroken again. Okay. I am ready to be heartbroken again. I'm taking West Virginia on the points. I like this Iowa State team, but West Virginia at home, I'm going with my home dogs on this one. Give me West Virginia. Give me West Virginia on the points.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't love this Iowa State team. They're getting the job done, but it has not been pretty most weeks. Wasn't pretty last week. They were a 7.5-point favorite last week against Oklahoma State at home. They won. They didn't cover. I'm not ambitious enough to take West Virginia money line, but I will take West Virginia to cover the 7 points.
Hell yeah, Noah. Hell yeah. I really can't be upset there. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Follow me on Twitter at Brofict1 to see if I do come this upcoming Saturday. No, there's a lot of games going on that I really just couldn't care less about. And normally this game I probably wouldn't care less about, but the home team is kind of interesting in this one. I'm talking about number 1 Georgia visiting Florida. Florida, a 14-point home dog. Total is being 51.5. This Georgia defense is unreal. We both agree it's the best defense in college football right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Listen, Florida has a backup quarterback. The name is slipping me right now, but that dude is a stud. He's a stud. I don't remember what his name is, but he got some snaps last game, and I was really impressed with what he did.
Yeah, not necessarily a backup. I mean, they had a 2-quarterback system coming in like to the season. So plenty capable. I don't know who's starting this week for Florida, but Florida's not a bad team.
Not a bad team at all.
But they are playing Georgia.
Yeah, it's kind of the concern. What are you thinking? Because
I don't see there's not enough for me to take Florida to cover. So
No.
I gotta go. I gotta go Georgia on this one.
I'm with you, bro. Not enough at all. I'm going Georgia on the 14. It's a good Florida team. I think they'll be better next year, but just not what we're looking for this year. This Georgia team is unstoppable. Might win the Natty. We may at the end of the show look at because I'm interested to see what their futures would be to win the Natty. But we will talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still plus odds. I don't know how much, but it is still plus odds. I think at this point.
I would assume Bama is still the favorite just because they're Bama and everyone loves betting on Bama.
No, Georgia's the favorite, but I think they're still plus odds rather than, they haven't dipped into the negative odds yet.
Fair enough. Well, you'll have to see that. Might be an interesting something to look at. Noah, this next game I want to talk about just because we love rowing the boat here on Degenerate Bets. We love it, dude. We're talking about Minnesota visiting Northwestern. Minnesota being a 7.5-point favorite going to this game, over under at 43 points. Noah, let's row the boat. I have nothing else to say. This Northwestern team is nothing really to write home about. They're decent enough where they can put some teams in some pressure. However,
I disagree. They're not just nothing to write home about. They are something to write home about, as in you write home about how fucking terrible they are. This is the worst team in the Big Ten. Northwestern is. They're terrible. Minnesota's got the number 4 ranked run defense in the country. They've got an amazing run offense. They don't know how to throw the ball, which is their biggest issue, but it doesn't matter. They're going to play their game. The only way you beat Minnesota is taking them out of their normal swing of the shit, which is literally running the most boring, slowest offense in college football. And I've been at a number of the Minnesota games this year, and I can totally vouch for the fact that it is the slowest, most boring offense in college football. But it's effective. It's effective. They score points. They win. They wear down the other defense. And, combining that with the number 4 defense on the other side of the ball and, against the run, they're gonna win a lot of games. Minnesota will. I wouldn't say this game's going to be exciting by any means, but give me Minnesota minus 7.5 easy.
Bro, all day long, you and I are here to row the boat. I mean, this was my easiest pick of the week, was seeing this line at 7.5 points. This is easily a 2-possession game. I'm not even. This is one of those games you kind of bet and you just enjoy the cash out ticket when you see it pop up. You know what I mean?
By the way, Minnesota's offensive line heavier than most NFL offensive lines.
Really?
Yeah, I think if you put the University of Minnesota's offensive line up against NFL, I think they rate 7th or 8th heaviest among NFL teams. So you got some heavyweight. You just got some big offensive linemen. Most of them have been there 3 to 4 years. This offensive line is legit. They just don't have any receiving threats, which is kind of their biggest issue. But it doesn't matter, because most of the time, all they're going to do is they're just going to run it. And they're going to bore you to death. But, they win games. So,
hey, that's all that matters in the end, is winning games. Whoever puts the most points on the board. Let's just hope it's more than 7.5 come this weekend. This next game, Noah, we're going to talk about just because we can. This is our effing show, and we're going to talk about whatever games we want to. Arizona visiting USC. Arizona, 21-point dog going into this game. Over under at 56.5 points. Noah, God, you and I live bet Arizona money line, or at least I live bet Arizona money line.
I didn't. I would
that's
never.
Why I corrected. That's why I corrected myself.
AJ, I would never fucking touch an Arizona money line.
I know. That's why I corrected myself. I was stupid enough to see them up 2 touchdowns still at plus money on the money line and be like, well, that's an easy bet, and then regret it about 2 seconds later. No, it happens to the best of us. With that being said,
well,
shut up.
I mean, I took them spread. It was good the entire game, and it hit.
Good for you. No, I'm good for you. Okay, I'm glad you're
fine.
Whatever. Anyway, 21 points. You and I hate these high spreads, but with this Arizona team being the way they are, I really don't know which way to bet this team. USC really hasn't shown me anything either way. They are obviously a better team than U of A. However, this U of A team does seem to like to cover some of these spreads. We taking the road dog, Noah?
I'm taking 21.5 on Arizona.
That's correct. Some books do have a 21.5, 21.5, depending on the book you get it at.
That's what I'm seeing is 21.5. And I don't love it, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take 21.5 because there's no way in hell I'm touching the money line, no matter what the ridiculous number is. But
850 right now. It's not that ridiculous.
Oh, so it's not even like tempting.
No, not even tempting.
Yeah, I'll throw a little on 21.5 and
might
see
as
what
well,
happens.
Yeah.
We have been very good for 3 quarters, and we fall apart in the 4th quarter. So I'll take the 21.5, and then I might just like take USC on the spread start of the 4th quarter.
Fair enough.
Live betting.
Let's just hope Arizona is not this bad this next weekend. Let's hope next weekend there. Can we announce this, Noah?
We're trending.
Can we announce next week?
Well, I was going to say we're trending in the right direction, right?
Yeah.
Jamari Joyner might return to quarterback, which is what he was recruited as.
True.
Then was switched to wide receiver because he wasn't going to be playing any quarterback, but we've had a lot of injuries, a lot of people playing like shit. I was calling for it. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw I was screaming, put Jamari at quarterback last week. Didn't really happen. He was in for like 2 plays, but I don't know. Maybe I know something the coaches don't, but I want Jamari. I want him at quarterback. Let him play. It can't be any worse than anything that's happening. We're already losing every game, so might as well like throw him in and see what happens.
Honestly, yeah, and you might as well. What else are we going to lose at this point? This U of A team, we can get through the first 3 quarters, but that 4th quarter we can't shut it down. We need something new. This quarterback that we have has not been performing. He's been doing all right, but it's just nothing that I've been too excited about. I just want to win. I just want one win. We've been so long without a win, Noah. It hurts, dude. We're probably the college equivalent of the Cubs right now in regular season wins.
We have the longest active losing streak of any college team currently.
God damn. Anyway,
it's been over two calendar years.
Oh man.
You know, who's counting though, right?
Who's counting though? Not us U of A fans here. Not us U of A fans going to homecoming next week and hoping that we can pull out a fucking victory. By the way, us Degens next week will be in Tucson for the homecoming game. If you are a listener and see us there, come shout us out, say, hey, we'll talk to you or whatever. We will be doing a show together for the first time in person next week. And that's going to be exciting for the both of us, considering we've been doing this entire podcast series via Zoom or whatever bullshit I can throw together. Which really, it's been a technical masterpiece of bullshit, let me tell you, trying to put this podcast together. But here we are still today, Noah. But we're both on Arizona plus the 21 points, 21.5 at some books. I'm going to take him at 21 on my book.
I feel like we have to, you know, gotta be like somewhat supportive. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna lose, but maybe you'll cover.
Maybe you'll cover shit.
You little stupid pieces of shit. No, I love them. I love them. I don't mean that.
Love them. Whatever.
I love how they make me suffer.
I'm just saying, in our U of A business classes, they told us how much the head coach of football was making. And let me tell you how much they're making. They should not be losing this fucking much. It's ridiculous. Anyway, next game I want to talk about is another 2 pairs of head coaches being paid way too much for how much they lose. Ole Miss visiting Auburn. Auburn, a 2.5 point home favorite against Ole Miss. Total at 66.5. Noah, this is another one of those games where I think Vegas has this shit dead wrong. I mean, what are we doing talking about Auburn being a favorite in this game at 18? This Auburn team is not good unless I missed something in the last 3 weeks where Bo Nix suddenly turned into a competent quarterback. I mean, I don't see Ole Miss losing this game whatsoever. I'm not even going to touch 2.5 because that's just going to be too easy for them to cover. I'm taking Ole Miss on the money line. I don't see where Auburn is giving away 2.5 points.
AJ, I disagree. I am on the other side.
Wow.
I hate Bo Nix, but Bo Nix at home is something different. This man cannot play for his life on a neutral site or on the road, but Bo Nix at home has been, statistically pretty great. I think he's got like a 14-4, 14-5 record, something like that. He showed up in a lot of big games at home, and he shits the bed on big games on the road. I don't like that Auburn's a 3-point favorite, but I'm still going to take them anyways because I think Bo Nix is going to find a way. He's going to have a game. This is why he hasn't lost his starting job, is because he shows up half the time. He's like, I'll show up half the time type of quarterback. So
you're right. He is mediocre enough to not lose his job.
I think this is a game that Bo Nix shows up, shows out. I think Auburn takes down Ole Miss. I don't love Auburn and I don't love Bo Nix, but I think this game they show up and Bo Nix has a good game. So
yeah, I'm still out on Bo Nix. I need him to have a couple dominant victories on the road. I don't give a shit if he's at home. I think this.
Well, he won't. He won't. I told you that. He sucks
I understand
on the road
that. No, I get that, Noah.
Sites. But he shows up at home, and they're playing.
But this Ole Miss team is really good on the road, and I really like what this Ole Miss team has to offer. Yeah, it's going to be a damn good game. I will say that. I'm excited to see it at Auburn. This next game, Noah, honest to God, is going to be a shit show. I don't know why it's so close, but we're going to bet on it anyway. Let's go Oregon State Cal. Oregon State, a 1.5 point favorite on the road, over under at 56 points.
Dude, Cal is so bad. How the fuck is this a 1.5 point spread?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and maybe I'm a little delusional because this is my pick to win the Pac-12 in Oregon State. Well, I said it a couple weeks ago. I still hold by that. Even though they dropped another game since, it still doesn't matter. They win out the rest of their schedule until the last game of the season where they play Oregon. If they beat Oregon, it doesn't matter because they each have the same amount of Pac-12 losses. Oregon State has a tiebreaker with the win. Whoever the fuck they play in the Pac-12 South, whether that's UCLA, ASU, USC, Utah, who even fucking knows at this point. It doesn't matter. I like Oregon State against all of those teams. Pac-12 is not going to send a team to the playoff. We're done with that delusional thought. I mean, Oregon is still a possibility, but I'm not going to think delusionally. Oregon State will be in the Rose Bowl.
I like that.
And they're going to be way outmatched, and they're going to get their asses kicked in the Rose Bowl. But I do think this team might be the best team in the Pac-12. I mean, we've had 4 or 5 teams in and out of the rankings in the Pac-12 so far. None of them have deserved it, other than maybe Oregon. I don't even know if they deserve it. They're at 7. I don't even know if they should even be in the top 25. They're not that good. They're beatable. And Cal is, aside from Arizona, is the worst team in the Pac-12. How is this a 1.5 point spread?
It's a 1.5 point spread because no one pays attention to the Pac-12.
Give me Oregon State by three fucking touchdowns. Give me them by 21 points. I will be going on my book, taking an alternate spread as high as I can get it. Hopefully as high as 10.5 at +300 or 400 odds, because Oregon State is going to blow out Cal This won't even be a contest. This is your absolute fucking lock of the week. If you're betting, I mean, holy shit, this might be the lock of the season is Oregon State -1.5 at Cal.
Honest to God, no, I couldn't agree with you more. If Arizona allowed it, I would take this at an alternate spread too. But because the Arizona Department of Gaming has assholes tighter than literally any government organization I've ever seen before, I'm going to take the 1.5 because I literally have to. There's no other option for me to take. But yeah, Oregon State's going to blow out this Cal team. It's not even a fucking option.
Put your fucking mortgage on Oregon State. I mean, don't actually put your mortgage on
Again,
it.
remember, bet responsibly, please.
If you can't afford it, don't do that.
Responsibly put your mortgage on Oregon State cover.
Figure of speech, obviously, but holy shit, you got money to burn. Throw it on Oregon State and double that shit.
Honestly, at -110, I mean, it's just stupid at that point. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But
easiest bet of the week. Easiest bet of the week.
Now you want to go to one of, I think, the hardest bets of the week, Noah? And I don't think you're going to think this is a hard bet. I think I know which side you're going on this, but this is a hard one for me. I'm talking Penn State, number 20 Penn State visiting Ohio State. Ohio State, an 18.5 point favorite going into this game. 60.5 is the total. Penn State has ruined me, Noah. They have absolutely broke my heart more times than I can count. However, with that being said, this is a high spread. Ohio State.
I was going to say, you know what we do to girls who break our hearts, to teams that break our hearts, to anybody who breaks our hearts, AJ.
What do we do, Noah?
We don't simp over them and we kick them to the fucking curb because they're trash and they don't deserve it. Because they're trash and they don't deserve it. This team lost to fucking Illinois, to a bottom feeder in the Big Ten.
Illinois. Oh man,
their inability to score points on offense is going to be big time problem. You only put up 18 against Illinois,
and that went into not one, not two,
but 9 overtimes.
Not 3.
Yes. So not just in regulation, but in 9 overtimes, they only put up 18 points against Illinois. Ohio State's defense is nothing to brag about, but if you're only putting up 18 against Illinois, what are you going to do against Ohio State? And Ohio State, I mean, Penn State's defense is very good. So they might not give up a 50 burger, but they're going to give up 30 points at least to Ohio State. I don't even think this one's a question. I mean, the way Ohio State's been playing at home.
Yeah.
I knock off a couple points because this is a big rivalry game, but 18.5, I still kind of like Ohio State the way they've been playing as of late.
You're right, Noah. Just like I did with Jessica, I need to do it with Penn State. Let's kick them to the curb. I'm going to take Ohio State at 18.5, and we're going to have a great Saturday without our exes, bro. It's going to be beautiful.
Kick them to the curb.
Kick them to the curb. They don't deserve the love.
They've fucked you over twice already. They don't deserve it.
They don't, dude. They don't. And I want to thank you for making me realize that. And Penn State, maybe next year we can talk and everything and have a conversation. But this season, I think we're done. I think we're done, Penn. I'm sorry.
That's the beauty of it with sports betting is every year you can start with a clean slate. But as of this year, can't trust Penn State anymore. You just can't trust them anymore.
You can't. Penn, we're through. Okay, Penn State, we're through. I'm not betting on the Nittany Lions anymore. All right. However,
AJ, we got a couple games here, a pair of them where the line is even. It's an even pick'em right now.
No, we got some pick'ems.
We do have some pick'ems, which I'm really interested to hear your takes on these.
Let's talk about them. What do you got?
Well, first off, Kentucky at Mississippi State. This one shocks me that it's a pick'em.
Actually, both right?
both of these shock me that they're pick'ems, but yes, they're at Mississippi State, but we got a Kentucky team that's 6-1, 7-1.
Yeah.
Only losses to Georgia, which they covered.
They covered,
which they backdoor covered.
And I'm sorry, this is a pick'em?
It's a pick'em.
Okay, so can I just get my free money now with Kentucky, or?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I don't know what I am missing here, but
like, are we like? Is there something we're missing here? Like, I don't know. Why is this game at a pick'em?
I don't think so. I did my research. I don't see anything that I'm missing. I see a pick'em, and I see free money on Kentucky. Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think people are still in denial that Kentucky has a football program.
Okay, so you're just saying I get to be up an extra unit for everyone else being stupid?
Yeah, I think people are just in denial that Kentucky's good at football for once.
Sweet. So that's an easy pick'em right there. What's the other pick'em, Noah?
SMU at Houston.
Shut up. That is not a pick'em.
It's a pick'em.
That's not
right
a pick'em.
Now. SMU obviously ranked, but 21 or something like that. Houston
right here. I see him at 19 right here.
Okay, 19. Houston at home.
Really?
What are your thoughts on this one, AJ?
What are my thoughts on this one, Noah? Let me think. Do I like betting sure things? Well, yeah, I like making sure that my money's safe in investments. So I think, like, what are we even talking about, Noah? Let's go SMU all day.
Oh, I'm on the opposite side, man.
What?
Houston is by and far the better team.
Ooh.
I think that little number sitting in front of SMU is changing things, betting wise.
I don't.
People are fucking idiots, and I think Houston's gonna win this game by like double digits.
Ooh. I'm on SMU on this one. I honest to God, I just like the way they play football better than Houston. This might be a little bit of a bias pick for me. I don't like the way Houston plays football. I don't like this Houston team. I'm going with SMU as the pick. All
right. Well, we are in a disagreement about that one.
Well, no, we can't agree on everything.
Do have one more game here on the slate.
Oh yeah, we do.
Obviously,
we do.
A big one, a big major Big Ten matchup. Iowa at Wisconsin. Wisconsin being favored by 3.5 points. As shitty as Wisconsin has played all season. That's interesting.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. No, and my thoughts on this is I think they're a 3.5 point favorite solely because of jump around. Honest to God, that's the only reason I think they're a 3.5 point favorite. With
Camp Randall is a great place to be if you're the home team.
Oh, absolutely.
But man, Wisconsin has not been that good this season. I don't know. I mean, Iowa obviously, embarrassing loss to Purdue, but aside from that, they've been playing really well. I don't know how Wisconsin is favored by 3.5.
Exactly. And Noah, you know what? A wise man once said, people who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. And I think these sports books are the idiots because I think they didn't review history as early as earlier this season when I made my first shirt pick ever. As you can see behind me, Iowa money line. That was the first pick ever, and it hit easy. I looked at that game and I was like, what the hell's going on? Noah, I woke up Monday morning and I looked at this game and I said, what? You're giving me Iowa plus money on the money line? Bro, you know what that means? I got to put it on another shirt right here. Iowa money line all day. This is the easiest thing I've done all day. Easier than blowing my nose 500 times a day. Easier than shoving something up my nose to clear my sinus passage. Easier than telling a doctor than a pharmacist I am over 18 and I can buy some fucking NyQuil. Bro, I am telling you, this is stupid. I don't get it. This Wisconsin team just doesn't make any sense to me. Don't get me wrong. I get they're a home team. If they're a home dog, I would still take Iowa on this. Iowa money line all day. Thank you.
AJ,
the cashier counter.
I love that. I love Iowa money line. I do have to ask you though.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Over under 37.
Yeah.
In this game. And
yeah.
Why do I kind of like the under? I hate that I like the under because every bone in my body is saying do not take an under at 37. But holy shit, these two teams, I shouldn't say these two teams, I should say Wisconsin, they hate to score. They play good defense, but they hate to score. Iowa this year has been a little bit different, but traditionally Iowa is the same way. They hate to score. They love to beat teams 20-13. That's kind of their mantra. Why do I kind of like under 37?
Noah, you like under 37 because you're right. The final score of this game is going to be 17-10. I mean, I see Iowa winning this game, but I don't see them winning by a lot. I don't see them scoring a lot either. I think this is going to be a cagey matchup between two teams with solid defenses and offenses that can score just enough, with Iowa getting that edge. Noah, are we about to throw under 36.5 on our card right now?
I think I'm staying off of it.
You're right.
On the record, I like the under, but I don't like it enough to actually like put anything on it. If I'm being honest.
You know what? You're right. That's going to have to be a pick that we make on Saturday. Follow us both on Twitter, myself at Perfect1, Noah at @N_Engelbretson for our final Saturday picks that we will put out on Twitter, because that under might be on there. If that moves to 38, which it might, I might take that. That's a juicy number. But
God, I hate how low that over under is, but I do love the under.
Believe me, I get it, bro. I get it. But Noah, any final thoughts going into this college football week 9?
Not necessarily about college football. I just want to say fucking go Pack go. Tremendous win, knocking off the undefeated Cardinals. Mad respect to the Cardinals, but our banged up Packers squad taking home the dub, going to 7-1. Cardinals also going to 7-1. It's going to be an exciting race in the NFC.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with you got Tampa Bay, the Rams, and the Cowboys, who could all win. So we could have a 5-way tie at 7-1, unheard of. The 5, we very might like it's a very good possibility 4 or 5 of the top 4 or 5 teams in the NFL or in the NFC.
Oh yeah, well, the graphic they showed today, they showed the best records in the NFL, and all 5 of them are NFC teams.
Well, yeah, everyone in the AFC's got at least 2 losses.
Yeah.
The NFC seems much more dominant than the AFC. We'll see if that continues throughout the year, but I'm excited. It'll be a fun race throughout the year for who's getting that home field advantage.
Oh yeah,
it'll be an exciting fucking playoffs. I think there's a good 5 or 6 teams in play still for literally just the conference, not even anything farther than that. So
no, absolutely. And I do want to say one thing about the Cardinals and Packers game real quick. This game was supposed to be this game before all of the COVID outbreak and everything, all the injuries and stuff, was supposed to be one of the best games of the year. I still think we got one of the best games of the year tonight between the Packers and the Cardinals.
And the best thing for me is that the Packers showed they can win without key players.
No, absolutely. Big win for the Packers over there. Heartbreaking for us Cardinals fans, but still, if we're going to lose, that's how I want us to lose. That was a damn good game.
This is the epitome of the Matt LaFleur Packers.
Yeah.
Is since he took over as head coach, a lot of these wins have not been pretty.
No.
But we win. We win.
Very true.
That's what Matt LaFleur does. He doesn't make it pretty. He's just very fundamental, and he goes through it, and we win the game. That's just what happens, and I love it. I'm excited to see how the NFC and the NFL and whole plays out. I'm excited about our bets on college
so
football
excited.
here.
So
Let's hope they hit. We will be coming to you shortly, hopefully pretty soon, with a dive into the college basketball season, which is about to start here in about a week and a half. I'm super excited about that. I love college basketball, especially bets wise. So Degenerate Bets, get ready for that, because this is like my thing is college basketball. We will dive deep. We will be heavy in it. We'll be just ripping games.
We will be.
But I also love to watch college basketball. I'm super excited for it. AJ, I don't know about you, but I know you are too.
Let me tell you, Noah, I've always liked college basketball a lot more than regular basketball, just because it's flat out more exciting in general, especially when you get to March. But then you introduced me to betting on college basketball and everything. And let me tell you, that just made me enjoy it 1,000 times more. We're talking 110 fucking games on a Saturday, and I can bet on every single one of them. Thank you very much. I will take that all day, every day. And I cannot wait for our deep dive into college basketball coming soon.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and the two of us, we've at times run a 25, 30 game slate in a single day on college basketball.
We've been bad, dude.
Well, I figure you get 110 games and you bet 29 of them. It's not that bad, right?
No,
I'm picking and choosing. I'm not. Anyways, we will get into the college basketball here very shortly.
Hell yeah.
It's very exciting. Stick with us. We love it.
We do. And we don't just love it. We win at it. We had a 70% win rate last season? 60-ish?
Not quite 70, but I think 68%.
68%. That's still damn good over a whole season. That's
based on my magic formioli.
You do have a nice magic formioli that you like, and our natural instincts, because we do happen to be sometimes decent bettors.
Yeah, so stay tuned throughout college basketball season. I think we'll be given, I don't know, three free picks a day, maybe
3, 4, 5. I don't give a shit. We'll give out as many picks as we pick, honestly.
Something like that. I might do my, follow us on TikTok. I might, as when college basketball starts, like I said, I've been about 68 point something % over the last 3 or 4 years. I do have a whole algorithm that I plug everything into, figure that out. That's how I hit these. So if you're interested, follow. I might give my top 2 or 3 locks every single day.
Whoa, every single day.
We're gonna be generous, I'll give my top couple locks every single day. Obviously, I have more picks than that. AJ, I was probably averaging about 8 to 10 picks a day.
We were cooking, bro.
Over the last 2 seasons, we've been cooking, hitting, making good money. You just got to trust in the process. But yeah, follow us on social media so you don't miss out.
Yeah, honestly, don't get me wrong. Listening to us here is the best way to hear our official thoughts and everything, but social media is to get our immediate picks and everything. Again, at Bro51 on Twitter, at @N_Engelbreston for Noah, at Degenerate Takes on Twitter, at DegenTakes69 on TikTok. Give us a follow, however you're listening, watching, Spotify, YouTube. We do really appreciate it. We will catch you next time on Degenerate Bets.